Yeah.
Exactly. It's what I said, dude. Oh my god.
You were right. Oh my god.
It's also worse than I expected. I expected him to say like, okay, there's gotta be some things, some regulation. I didn't expect him to deep throat all the institution of the state.
Yeah, you gotta have.
Get the fuck up back over to the socialist side. Get the fuck back over there.
hate you, Shabos.
Yes.
Kazmir, you gotta correct this guy in the next Jewish world domination meeting.
Absolutely. I don't know if he's correctable. I think we might have a different solution there. Maybe he shouldn't be debating capitalism anymore. Stick to his historical topics.
Yeah.
So I would disagree on the prompt only in the sense of I don't think that the crony aspects of capitalism are actually a hallmark of capitalism or a byproduct of free markets. I think they occur in any society, and it's actually capitalism that does its best more than any other system to rid itself of those things.
I think people assume that capitalism...
Oh my god.
Capitalism doesn't do that.
So
it's the state that puts them in place.
So the good part of capitalism is that it does its best to... He wants there to be a state to control all these things. And the best part of capitalism is that it does its best to rid itself of these. Why? I'm choking.
Zulu. The best part of capitalism is the state that controls it and makes it free.
No, the fact that he said something else. He said that the best part about capitalism is that it rids itself of these systems. So why was he praising them earlier? That we need the FTC, we need the SEC.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand. You have a normal operating reasoning brain where your meanings are properly attached to definitions connected to reality. So you're missing the point he's stating here. According to him, the FTC, the CDC, the fucking I'm sorry. I'm not gonna raise my voice. The FTC, all the alphabets, the alphabet soup is a natural byproduct of capitalism. Do you understand? It's because we have capitalism and we have these awesome regulatory institutions. That's what he's telling you.
But at the same time, because we have capitalism, it's good that the capitalism is ridding us of these crony systems.
Yes, because capitalism, according to him, requires, necessitates, and includes these good guy regulators from the state.
Here's the thing. I doubt they've been going on for hours in the studio there. They've probably been like an hour tops, right? After they before they cut everything, up until this point, at most, right? We've gone on for 6 hours if we've not committed errors like these. If we commit something like this, I can understand. We're tired. We it happens. A slip of the tongue. But this, dude, no fucking way.
No. What do you mean error? I'm trying to tell you right now that it's not an error. This is something that he believes. He is one of those that, maybe, I don't know if he's even a minarchist. He's like, the state, he's like a Hamiltonian. We need the state, we need the institutions in order to have a free market. And so the institutions are the free market. The state is the market. That's what he's trying to tell you. He's redefining it.
I want to hear more. I want to see how bad this can go. Because he's contradicted so far a little bit. I want to see where else he will fail. Let's go.
Happens in the absence of institutions or things like that in government. Like, you have to protect private property rights, for example, to have capitalism. If your entire motive is to profit, logically, as you make more money and profit, you are going to spend money on things like lobbying or whatever to manipulate the rules in your favor. Yeah. And so I personally, cronyism or oligarchism or monopolism is a natural byproduct of the way that capitalism works. Sure. I think it'd be hard to make a case that's not true.
Sure, he says.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm telling you, he said sure. And because we have the institutions, we can fight that. Sure, he says. He's the middle ground with the socialists.
See, I did.
He's on the other side.
I did want some sort of, I suppose, middle ground with him to understand why he might say that. It's like he might not hear it correctly. He might, be just like on a spur of the moment, not walking forward or whatever. And he's got to stick to that. But it's the fact that he constantly, whenever they say anything, explicitly socialist. He's just like, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that one, and I agree with the other one, and I am also a socialist. Thank you, socialists. It's all of that put together which makes me despise the man.
It's the fact that he is apparently arguing for capitalism, and then he just ceded everything. Like here with this Black Eduardo saying all these things. Fuck, I'm tired. I forgot what he actually said exactly. I think he was talking about monopolies. Yeah, he said that capitalism naturally leads to these monopolies, and he said this monopolization, and you cannot have capitalism without it. Like, and he agreed to this. This is nuts. This is nuts. He's fully adopted Marxism. He's fully adopted it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm still a capitalist, guys. I'm still arguing your side." Like, dude, just go to the other stool. Go to the other side. Holy crap.
Yeah, this person is not a legitimate defender of capitalism. Not even the slightest.
Well, would you not concede, though, that we have in the United States very aggressive anti-monopoly laws?
But what does it have to do with like corporate monopolies stemming from the way that capitalism operates?
Because there are laws against corporate monopolies, and therefore you don't see it in much as a capitalist society as you do in, let's say, the Chinese Communist Party society.
Reagan policies, though, are a
No. The correct response is, what is the biggest monopoly ever? Is the state. The state. That's the monopoly. You guys want the state. You guys want rape of children. You like the state. That is the correct response. Not, well, if you look at, fucking China, they actually have shut up. Milquetoast capitalists, get back to the fucking back of the queue, okay? You have your use, but you're not the vanguard, okay? So piss off.
big reason why we don't really have great monopoly enforcement. Robert Bork.
You're essentially saying that because we had policies in the 80s that were detriment to the formation of monopolies, therefore today we have monopolies in our system. And I'm making the argument that we really don't.
But they're a natural byproduct of capitalist markets.
And I'm making the argument that it isn't. I think it's a natural product of other things, mostly like human nature, because yes, we do want to incentivize the profit motive, which is where I'm willing to concede that we should have not a big government or a small government, we should have an efficient government.
Oh my God, shut up. You're not willing to concede that. You conceded everything. Oh my God.
I hate this man.
Yeah.
It's part of
Or if
human
we're all
nature
playing by
for
the
things
same
to go
rules,
corrupt.
And we can maximize.
Therefore,
and
let's give a small group of people full power to go corrupt without any counterbalance.
It's insane.
capitalize those free market systems. I just disagree on the way that the prompt was stated.
You're still operating from the notion that capitalism is driven by individuals buying products. And the reality, no, that's not. If we look at what Milton Friedman talked about, the goal of the corporation is to maximize shareholder value.
Milton Friedman did not say that. He's not even quoting him right. It's to maximize profits. There's no shareholder value in his quote. Does not even get that right. The most widely known quote of Friedman.
Toy boy beta cock. Destroy it again.
Potato.
Yeah, this will probably be my last question. When this question ends, I'll probably go to bed.
At any cost. And that means no matter what the product is, no matter what comes out of it. It's why in these mergers you have these mass layoffs of
and it might be right
people
here,
and
actually.
cancellation of movies and media. Like I come back to film and the games industry. That was a major hit.
I'll say two things. Number one, I find it interesting that you start your answer by talking about individuals and saying that the individual is not animated by profit motive, but then you end your example by talking about corporations. You started off talking about individuals, and then you ended by talking about corporations are really only interested in shareholder value. The average American is in fact motivated by profit. Otherwise, they would not engage in the commerce that they currently are. Again, I stated earlier that when I start a business, I have to provide a service of value and of meaning to you. Otherwise, my business would collapse. So if you go on Amazon, for example, and you see 1,000 different socks available, we are all better off as consumers because Amazon is providing a lot of quantity. The quality is a different issue, but a lot of quantity at low prices. And in fact, if we want to make those prices even lower, we would encourage even more competition into that system. Are you familiar with the term creative destruction?
Yes.
So creative destruction would be a great example of this. So while it is true, we don't have as many typewriter lobbyists and we're not using as much whale oil lamp, nevertheless, our standard of living and the cost of living has gone down dramatically.
Being the idea that a new product can come and supersede another
It is a good,
industry.
I mean, AI is a really good example of this. It's a really good thing. If AI can lift more people out of poverty, it would be a really good thing for corporations.
So I think they caught something out there because he was saying that's a really good example of this AI. Presumably, the other guy mentioned AI. Like they're clearly cutting things out of here.